Well, hi everybody, it's Mike Woods here, Mike Woods of Property Expert Partnership, and welcome to this latest refurb. Some of you who saw the first video that I did, you'll remember that I did a walkthrough of this property when I bought it and when we just started stripping it out, and I talked about what I was going to do. So if this is the first video that you've seen, check out the previous video and then you can see the journey from the beginning about what the whole idea with this property is. So basically I've got a 4-bedroom semi-detached property in the Swansea area of South Wales, and I found this property to buy, to refurbish, and then to sell on and make it a nice new home for somebody. So lots been done. I haven't had the opportunity to do some shorter progress videos because on this property I decided that I was going to get more hands-on with this property and do the work myself. I've got a couple of labourers that work for me, generally with my property rental portfolio, and I just thought if I get them in, we can strip out. And then I decided that what we want to do here is batten and board all the walls, and by batten and boarding we can then prepare it for the plasterer, who's actually here today now. He's been here since Wednesday morning and he's made a massive amount of progress. So I'll take you in, and as usual I'll just turn the camera around so you can show you what's going on. So the first video that I did, I showed you that these walls here were pretty well decorated, wallpapered, and often we take the wallpaper off, we can tell just by tapping the walls what condition the plaster is behind. We were getting a good understanding that these walls were very solid, so there was no need to hack off. If the walls are poor behind the paper, there's no point taking paper off and then hacking off. You may as well take it all off in one hit. But with this stuff, it was a case of we were going to carry on. Now, I did point out that we'd noticed that this house previously had a damp-proof course installed, and then up to 1.2 meters here there was pink plaster. Now, because we're going to have this with a completely new finish and new paint end product, there's no point messing about. So we blue gritted all the walls and we've prepped these walls ready for plaster. If I take you inside, those of you who saw the first video would have noticed there was a doorway here, which we've boarded up, and that took you into the front room. There was a wall straight across here, which we've removed, and I've done some photographs of that on Facebook. And then this was the second lounge. So what we had was, these are the external walls, and what we decided to do was batten and board them ready for skimming. I'll show you the skimming in a minute. The other idea that we were going to have, and we did indeed do, is there was a doorway here. This was sort of the old parlour with a kitchen extension. And in fact, it was my wife's idea on this one, and she saw it on Pinterest, to make a sort of galley kitchen here, even though it's quite wide, and then make that room the dining room at the bottom, leading on to the garden at the bottom ends with patio doors. So that's what we're going to do here. So we got my main builder, Adrian, in to do the heavy work. So he removed that wall and he put 2 concrete reinforced steel concrete lintels in there, just under 3 meters, 2.8 meters I think we were, which opens us up into here. So I've battened and boarded this wall, and I can show you here what we've done. If I just show you this way, you can see here's the battening. Now, what you'll often find with these older houses, the walls are never plumb and there's always a bit of a wave to them. So by battening the wall, rather than just dotting and dabbing, which you can do, or just skimming, you have a chance to level the wall up. Some people have said, why are you battening and boarding rather than dotting and dabbing? Well, as I mentioned earlier, I decided that I was going to get hands-on with this, and I've been here now 3 or 4 weeks. I'll tell you all about the reasons why that on another video, but effectively it was COVID, nothing else much to do, and I thought I'd get my hands dirty. So battening and boarding is really straightforward. It's a case of getting the battens, you measure them, you drill them, you screw them to the wall, and then you get a plasterboard and you fix it and screw it to the wall. It's not rocket science. So instead of me employing somebody to do that, I've just done it myself. So battened and boarded. Now we're replacing the windows. And the reason we've sort of done this here is I've left a gap here so that when the windows guys come, they can fit the windows from the inside, and then I'll close that gap up there. But in the meantime, by doing this, I've enabled Chris the plasterer to put a bead on here, and he can then skim this wall. So this room is relatively on its way. So the ceiling has been done. My electrician's done all his first fix. That's what the holes are, where all the spotlights are going. I might just spin you around here. So from this direction, we've got a nice dining room here, kitchen here. I'm going to have my cooking on this wall here. So I've got oven in the centre, units either side. And on this side here, I'm going to have my wet area, sink, washing machine, dishwasher, and so on there. So I'm really happy with the way this has gone on. And I'll take you upstairs now and show you what I'm doing here. So if you remember from the first video, I mentioned that we were going to do some alterations to the bathroom and the way that the bathroom and bedrooms were laid out. So of course, always trying to not only improve the property by way of renovating it, I'm always looking for the other way to get some extra value. So again, if you didn't see the first video, check it out on YouTube or on my Facebook page. But basically, this was the original bathroom with a pink bathroom suite with a bath here, basin in the middle, and a toilet over there. And as you can see, this is a massive room. Quite often, if people extend downstairs for a kitchen, they put the bathroom on top, and it's usually huge. And this is quite easily a double bedroom. So this to me was a no-brainer. And the other reason this was always going to be a bedroom is because of this awesome view from the back here and this fantastic garden that we've got down with a lovely apple tree there. So for me, this had to be a bedroom. So we blue gritted the walls. They were pink plaster, but in not a very good condition. Now again, the rest of the house is all going to be plastered, painted beautifully. Then there's no point sort of having this oldish sort of finish on here. So it's just worth plastering. So the question is now, if I've taken this room, this bathroom out of here, where else have I put it? Well, if I started to show you here, down below this area here, so if you remember the dining room is downstairs, the old kitchen is downstairs, we're above that in the bathroom. Then this corridor area here is that sort of second lounge area, third lounge that we had, which is now going to be the kitchen. So they've got a corridor here, and the room that's left was a bedroom. If I take you in there, you'll see that really it's not that wide. It was only this wide. So to me, the common sense thing was to make this a bathroom. Now, of course, that room in its whole length would be way too long for a bathroom. We only need circa 2.2, 2.3 meters for a bathroom here. So we've got a bath, basin, and a toilet. I had to raise this window because this was a bedroom window, it was lower, so there's no problem there. And then, of course, I've got this space the other side of this wall, which is going to make an ensuite for that bedroom. Because remember, we've got 4 bedrooms here, and 1 bathroom isn't really enough. So, if I just take you through onto the landing, this is the original layout, and just to remind you, so very typical of a property in South Wales, you've got the sort of box room here, which is a single sort of bedroom. Again, nothing wrong with these walls, prep them, but this wall here was battened and boarded because we want the nice finish. Oh, by the way, we're going to be skimming over this Artex ceiling here. Bedroom 1 or bedroom 2, if you want to call it, is a reasonably large size double bedroom. Again, by the advice of Chris, my plasterer, because these are solid walls, rather than have a future problem for the purchaser with damp coming through for whatever reason, we've battened and boarded. That keeps these boards off the old walls, gives a little bit of a thermal improvement. Now, there's another thing that I often talk about, thermal improvements. Under the building regulations, Part L, document L1A, if you hack off an external wall, or at least 25% of it, you should externally or insulate that external wall. So you get my words right. So you need to insulate that external wall. And we haven't hacked off because there's no need, there's nothing wrong with the wall, but to give that extra sort of benefit of the better finish, I've just battened and boarded. I didn't need to insulate, and in this case I haven't. Now there's another interesting little point I'll show you. So if I just show you the daylight under that window, so this stone sill outside comes right the way through to the back edge of this window, and this inside wall here was very damp. Now we can obviously see why. So when I take this window out, I'm going to get my guys to discut along the outside of the opening, the reveals in the sill, and I'm going to get them to insert a damp-proof course that will stop any damp coming past the window, as well as ensuring the windows are sealed properly. So again, this was an original wall. It has been improved over some time. When we took the paper off, you can see it's pink, so we don't need to do anything about it. We'll just rub it down, prep it, ready for paint. So a little bit of prep work on there, but not worth skimming. Then into this bedroom. This is another huge bedroom, again a lovely double bedroom. And again, for those who've seen some of the pictures that I've done, I got Adrian, my builder, in to cut that door open in there, which was the external wall, which got me then into this space, the other side of that being the bathroom, to create a lovely ensuite in here. So a bit dark for you, but the one I'm going to do, it is a bit dark, is I'm going to put a shower here. I put a partition here to pick up my shower screen. I'm going to put a shower there, a 1300 by 800 shower. And here I'm going to put a vanity unit, which I'm going to buy from the Plumbers Merchants or Victoria Plum, which is going to be a toilet and basin set in a vanity unit. And I've made that gap, and I've done it myself, and I've knocked this stud work up myself. 1100mm is going to be the end result. That unit's going to slot straight in there. So there it is, folks. Hope you found that interesting. Oh, by the way, those of you who saw the earlier pictures, remember that I had this small pinhole roof leak above this area, which caused that part of the ceiling to collapse. It caused a number of rafters and ceiling joists to rot, which we needed to replace. And it also caused 4 joists here in this floor to be rotten, which meant I had to cut those joists out and what we call joist splice those. Hence that sort of new flooring there. So that was done today. So literally today, Friday, I've been here all told now about 4 weeks. We bought on the 6th of January, we're not 20 something of July. We got going on this a proper month ago. And as I say, I've been here every day and just doing this work, battening, boarding, up and down ladders. And these things were brilliant. I bought these off Screwfix. They were £20 each, or £19 something each. And basically, they're telescopic poles that help you put plasterboards up. So there's 2 of you can very easily pop a board on the wall, and then when the board is in place by hand, you can have this, it holds the board up there like a stilt. You can then get your screws out and your drill and then fix that in. So these were a great purchase for me, just 20 quid each, and they've been worth their weight in gold. So there you are, folks. I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you for all the feedback that many of you give on the videos, and I'm really pleased that a lot of you learn from this stuff, because that's what it's all about, really. So any questions, please post them in the comments below. If it's YouTube, I'll post this on YouTube. Hit subscribe and maybe hit that bell button so it's a notification, so when I put another video up, you'll see the next video in the series. So again, Friday afternoon. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you've all stayed safe and sound through COVID. We're at the point where now England have released themselves. Wales, we're still in a bit of lockdown, unfortunately. But stay safe and look forward to seeing you in the future. All the very best. Bye-bye.